Hello participants, welcome to week 2. I'm sure you are ready to learn and you enjoyed week 1. This week we are going to be looking at artistic freedom in the 2005 convention. So let's get to class. The rights of artists and cultural professionals to express themselves are under threat in almost every nation. I'm sure you know this, especially where these expressions context or critique political ideologies, religious beliefs, cultural and social preferences. Artistic expressions and creations come under particular attack because they can convey specific messages and articulate symbolic values in a powerful way. In 2014, Free Muse, the first international CSO dedicated to documenting, monitoring and defending freedom of musical expressions, registered 237 attacks on artistic expressions. Threats to artistic freedoms are underreported in comparison to threats to journalists and other media professionals. On the average, every week in 2017, someone went on trial for exercising their artistic creativity, while thousands of pieces of visual arts, music, theater, dance and literature were censored, vandalized or even destroyed. So what is artistic freedom? Artistic freedom can be defined as the freedom to imagine, create and distribute diverse cultural expressions free of censorship, political interference or even the pressures of non-state actors or even state actors. This includes the right of citizens to have access to these works, and this is essential for the well-being of societies. Note that you can stop taking the lesson at any time and do other things. When you are back, you should continue from where you stopped. Thank you. Artistic freedom embodies the following bundle of rights protected under international law. This includes the right to create without censorship, the right to have artistic works supported, distributed, and even remunerated, the right to freedom of movement, freedom of association, and also the right to participate in cultural life. Although the term artistic freedom per se is not used in the text of the convention, the preamble of the convention reaffirms freedom of thought, expression, and information, as well as diversity of the media, and enables cultural expressions to flourish within societies. Also in lesson 1, we saw that in Article 2 of the 2005 Convention, cultural diversity can be protected and promoted only if human rights and fundamental freedoms or artistic freedoms are guaranteed. Also, in Article 7, the Convention states that all states must endeavour to create an environment which encourages individuals and social groups to create, produce, disseminate, distribute and have access to their own cultural expressions, as well as to diverse cultural expressions from within their territories as well as from other countries of the world. The recognition and protection of artistic freedom by the 2005 Convention is relevant not only to the being and creative practice of artists themselves, but also to the rights of all cultural professionals. And when we are able to enjoy these rights, the quality of our lives as individuals and the quality of life in the society is inevitably enhanced. So what are some challenges to artistic freedoms. They include access to funding, copyright laws, access to public spaces. Many artists do not have right to use public spaces. We all know that funding of arts has plummeted under austerity policies across many states. Also, it includes violation of international and regional human rights conventions. It also includes oppression by state and non-state actors, and also lack of solidarity and inadequate monitoring. Just like we said in lesson 1, limitation to artistic freedoms may be necessary for the respect of the rights and reputation of others, or for the protection of national security or of public order. To ensure that artistic freedoms are promoted, the United Nations Special Rapporteur in the field of cultural rights recommends that artists and all those engaged in artistic activities should be subject to general laws that apply to all people. Such laws should be formulated with sufficient precision and in accordance with international human rights standards. Wow! So what have we learned today? In this lesson, we examined the concept of artistic freedoms, some cases of violation of the rights of artists, and some challenges to artistic freedoms. So ensure that you go to the lesson notes and read up the recommendations by the United Nations Special Rapporteur in the field of culture. It has been an exciting lesson for me, and I hope for you too. In the next lesson, we shall be discussing good and bad practices in the promotion of freedom of expression. Thank you and goodbye.